In this video, we're going to be going over how to list your products on Walmart Marketplace. Walmart has over 120 million active monthly buyers, and you want to make your products available to those buyers. So in this video, we're going to be going over all of the different ways that you can list your products for sale on Walmart, as well as how to list them for both seller fulfilled and WFS. So without further ado, let's begin. When you open up the Seller Center, in order to list a product on Walmart, what you want to do is head over to the left and you're going to click on Catalog. From the catalog page, you're then going to see all your items. If you haven't listed anything, then there aren't going to be any items here. But to add your first item, what you're going to do is you're going to click Add Items. From the Add Items page, you have several different ways that you can list products. So you have Express Setup, Create Items, Import, as well as you can also use their API. We're just going to be using the Express for now, and then we'll go over the other ones in a bit. So you can either search up the products by the name or by the UPC code, Walmart item ID. Any of those things are fair game. But let's say I wanted to search it up by name. I can just type in coffee, and then it's going to pull up several different products. So I'm just going to choose the one that is the product that I want to list. And if you want to get a little bit more defined on the product or just have a better chance of looking it up, you want to make sure that you're using those keywords. So brand name, sizes, all of that. Or you could just use the UPC code or the item identifier, and it will pull up that product. For this example, we're going to be sticking with this Folgers. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click Add. With the Express setup, you can actually add up to 50 items. So if you just wanted to do one item, you can just press Next, and then it's going to bring you up to this page where you can see I'm just going to have to fill in several of the details for this product, and then I can go ahead and submit it. But if I wanted to add up to 50, it's going to look a little different, and it's going to give me all of these different products to fill out the information for. On the single item upload page, you have the option of doing seller fulfilled or WFS. Seller fulfilled just means that you're going to be shipping out yourself. If you're making it WFS eligible, it gives you the option of fulfilling it yourself or shipping it into a Walmart facility and having them do the shipping as well as the prep and also handling returns and everything like that. So for seller fulfilled, you're just going to leave it as is. You're going to leave the condition. Then you can put a SKU. So I'm just going to put test. And then from here, I could put the selling price. So I'm going to match the buy box price right here. And then I have the weight. So for this, let's just say it's 2 pounds. Then everything here is optional, so I don't need to fill it in, and I'm pretty much good. Now the information that's required is going to depend on what you're listing. So if you're listing food, it's going to be similar to this. There might be a couple of other things asked versus if you're going to be listing things with batteries or just again, other items that you're selling. So fill out all the information that's required, but seller fulfilled is very minimal. And once you're good, just press submit, and then you'll have to go ahead and see if your item goes live. But for the most part, seller fulfilled is really easy. Where it can get a little trickier is if you want to list your products as Walmart fulfilled. So all you need to do is just switch it to Walmart fulfilled, and then you'll see everything else I need. So for the headers, I'm just going to need to put the SKU, then I have the buy box price, and then I have what's called for required to be visible. So here it's going to be asking me about California Prop 65. So this is no, and then restrictions type. So this is none. And then for the country of origin, I'm going to have to scroll down and go through all of this. So this is again one annoying thing about doing the single item upload for WFS, but let's say that this product is from the United States. I'm going to have to scroll all the way down to get it. So we have United States right here. And then for compliance and hazardous, so is this aerosol? No. Does this product contain electric components? No. And does this contain any batteries? Doesn't contain any batteries. Now, if your product does, you would just fill in all of the correct information. You can usually find the information on the product packaging, or you can usually find it on the manufacturer's website, or even sometimes on the Walmart listing itself or on Amazon. Next, you have hazardous material. So this does not have hazardous material. Label image contains, and we can put ingredients list. And then I would just put a label image URL. So a URL of the actual ingredients list. Then you have safety data sheet. So this doesn't have that. And then I don't really have to fill in anything else because again, this product does not contain batteries. And then I have the net content. So this might have a certain count, or it might just have a certain case, etc. So I just fill that in, especially for the coffee. And then I'd also fill out the required storage condition. So cool and dry for the coffee. And then you have optional. Once everything is filled in, you just press submit, and you would see if your item goes live. If there is an error, chances are that maybe you filled in a box that you don't need to, or that you filled in a box and then that box is going to require other information that's not filled out. For example, if you say that the item has batteries, you need to say what type of batteries it requires or that it comes with, and several other pieces of information. So just do a once over, see if anything is highlighted in red like this, and just make sure that you filled in all the information that's required. Going back to the Express setup, so here you'll see that I can again list up to 50. Now let's go back and let's choose a different set of items. So here I'm going to choose this McCafe item, Here we have this other Folgers item, and then let's choose this Maxwell. So we have 3 items now, and you'll see that I can again choose up to 50, but let's start with these 3, and then I'm going to press next, and then you'll see instead of the single item upload that we saw before, I'm now going to get this information box where it's going to ask, do I want to list these as seller fulfilled or as Walmart fulfilled? So I'm going to choose Walmart fulfilled. And again, if you just wanted seller fulfilled, you would select that, and it would look like this layout where you have all the items and you have to fill out all the information in the little boxes, but it's pretty minimal because with seller fulfilled, it's just the SKU, the buy box, and the weight, and maybe a couple of other things depending on what you're selling. So with Walmart fulfilled, I'm then going to choose apply, and then you'll see that it's just populated with several other boxes. So all I need to fill out is the selling price. I need to give each item a SKU. Next, I need to select the Prop 65, so I can do no, and then I can do right here, so no, no, and no. Now, if you're doing for 50, it can get a little bit tedious, but you can also copy one, and then you can usually paste it, depends on the box. And here we have California Prop 65 warning, so I do not need to fill that out because it's a no. Then you have sale restrictions, so this is none, right? And then we have the country of origin. So here again, I'm just going to choose Afghanistan just to make this easier, and it's at the top. And next you have right here, the product contains aerosol or pesticides. So no, you would just fill out all of this required information. And if you need any links, you would just add it right there, etc., etc. And then after you're done, you would just press submit. And if you get any errors, you can go over the information. And if you are not able to find anything, or you're not able to list a product, you can create a case with Walmart seller support. And if you want to know how to create a case, check out the video that's linked in the description below. Also, if you decide on this page that you want to switch between WFS or seller fulfilled, just click right here to update fulfillment, and then you can select right here and then go back. And it's just an easy way to switch between WFS or seller fulfilled, especially if you make a mistake. Next, let's talk about bulk uploads. So if you have a list of products, maybe you have over 50, you can actually list items up to thousands at a time. So you'll see right here, you have upload in bulk. So I just click right here, and then it's going to provide the option to download a CSV or an Excel file. And then I can go ahead and I can input my information in the Excel file. I can upload it back to Walmart, and then all of those products will be uploaded. Now, the chances of getting errors are a little bit higher just because you're dealing with a lot more items, but you do need to make sure that you are filling in all of the boxes correctly, making sure that you give each item a SKU, etc., etc. So on the bulk upload, you can either create new items. Now, if you do download this file, you need to upload everything. So you need to upload images, you need to upload details, descriptions, keywords, all of that stuff. So on the bulk upload, you have several different options. You can either do a match items, which is the most popular. With match items, you're going to be doing it for items that are already listed on Walmart, and that's the one that we're going to be focusing on. If you're going to be doing it for creating new items, you would download this file, but we'll talk about that in another video. So for this one, we're just doing it for products that are already on Walmart. I would just select match items, and then I would do build spreadsheet. The last option is the multi-box setup. This is where you're going to be shipping multiple products in that are all for the same listing. So for example, if I'm selling a couch and it comes with one box with the couch, another box with the cushions, and then another box with maybe the duvet or something else, I would select the multi-box setup and I would say how many boxes are going to be for this particular product that's being sent into the WFS facilities. But again, that's a very edge case. So if you do need that, you would select that. But for this one, we're going to be just using the match items. After you select the match items, it's then going to ask you if you want to do seller fulfilled or Walmart fulfilled. So I recommend doing Walmart fulfilled, especially if you are just going to be doing both seller fulfilled and Walmart fulfilled, because this way you have the options and you don't need to go back through all of your items that you're uploading, and you don't need to convert them to WFS later on. And then from here, I can just paste all of the GTINs that I want to sell with. So if I have a list of them, I can just paste everything right here and then press download file. After you add the GTINs, you're going to get this page. And from here, you're just going to select View My Files. That's going to take you to step 2, where you're going to see all of your files. You also have templates. So if you want to download a specific template or you have a template from the past, you can see it right here. So in this file, I'm just going to come right here and I'm going to download it. And then I'm going to set it up in Excel. So all of the GTINs are already pre-populated. Now, if I have other products that I want to add, I could actually add them myself. I would just need to put the item identifier. So I can either put the GTIN, I can put the UPC code, I can put the item ID. I would just need to select that. And then I would need to put the product ID, the name, and everything else. So just giving Walmart the GTIN beforehand is a way that you can have them do all of the heavy lifting, especially if you're working with thousands of items. they're going to be able to, again, just take the UPC, take the item name, take all the details from the listings that already exist and pre-populate them. And then all you need to do is just fill out the information that's required that isn't there. So here we have Prop 65 warning that you're going to go ahead and fill out. So is this required? So for most of these, I'm just going to say no. If your item does have a Prop 65 item, you would select yes, and then you would put the text right there that it states. Here you have the state restrictions, restriction type, zip code, country of origin. So you just select it, and here you can go through and you can get all of them. And the good thing about this is now you can actually copy and paste it, so it saves a lot of time. Next, you have compliance and hazardous material, so you need to fill that out. And then you have the trade item hierarchy. So here you can actually fill out the dimensions. Some of this is not required. It's usually going to say what's required and what's not. So here's required. And then for WFS, you can go ahead and you have conditionally required for hazardous items. So if your item is not hazardous or doesn't fall in that category, you wouldn't need to fill out everything here. Then you have optional. So most of this, again, you do not need to fill out. And then from there, once you're done, you would just save it. And after you save the file, you're going to come right back here. So I'm not saving that one, but I would come right back here to upload, and then I'd paste that file right here, and then it's going to import, and it's going to run, and it's going to let you know what was successful, and then the file is going to run. It's going to let you know which items were successfully uploaded, as well as what items there were errors for. And generally, if you're uploading over about 100 products, you are going to have errors, and it is pretty good at giving the details for what is an error and how to fix it. But again, you are just going to need to go through all those products, see what was an error, and how you can fix it to list it on the Walmart Marketplace. The last two ways that we're going to be talking about listing products on the Walmart Marketplace in this video are going to be importing items. So if you have products that you're selling on Amazon or Shopify or a different marketplace, you can press import items. So on the import items page, it's going to give you the option to import your products from other marketplaces. Now there is a limit to which marketplaces, and this is done through a third-party service, but you can just click get started and it will walk you through. I've done this for products that I have on Amazon, and it was pretty straightforward. Next, the other way that you can do this is you can do this through API. So the last way that we're going to be talking about listing products is going to be through API. So if you are using a software or a solutions provider, you can list your products on Walmart using different software. So the software that I recommend using is a software called Crazy Vendor. It connects to Amazon, it connects to Walmart, eBay. So if you have products on Amazon, you can go ahead and import those products into Crazy Vendor and then list them onto Walmart. So that's pretty much it. That's how you list your products on Walmart. If you were successful, your items are going to say published. If there is an error or there's an error with listing the item, then it will say error in red, or it might say yellow in unpublished, or it might say in stage. There are different ways that you can get around all of those different errors. If you want more information, be sure to check out more videos I have on listing items on Walmart. And you'll see right here under fulfillment, you'll be able to tell whether or not the item is seller fulfilled or if the item is seller fulfilled and WFS eligible. If it says seller fulfilled, then it has not been converted for WFS. And in order to convert it, you would just come right here and you would select fulfill with WFS, and you would just go through the process of adding the information that's required. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.